In my videos and teachings, I often talk about feminine and masculine energy. And today in this video, I want to go deeper into what those things really mean and how to know where you land on the spectrum of both. My name is Barbara Santon, and I help successful single women attract and maintain the relationships they have always dreamed of. So, what is masculine and feminine energy? Well, it is the energy of where your baseline you are coming from. It is, in a lot of women, the woman feels more feminine, and in a lot of men, the men feel more masculine. Those energies can be opposite. However, most men and women, well, all men and women and all people have both energies. This is so exciting. Women these days have kind of overcompensated by being too much in their masculine, and they often feel sad about not being so connected to their feminine. But rest assured, it's in you. It's there. It just gets to be uncovered. And same with men. A lot of men in our society are depolarized too much to the feminine, and they feel like they're missing something. And, that rugged, masculine warrior type of man is really lacking in our society. And I feel like we get to bring that polarization back in order for all of us to feel more at home in our bodies and in our souls. So here is what masculine and feminine traits really are. Masculine energy is about doing, it's action-oriented, whereas feminine energy is about being and creative intuition. Masculine traits include logic, action, science, linear thinking, straight lines to getting somewhere, and beauty in the rugged sense, like sharp rocks. That's really masculine beauty, in my opinion. Feminine traits include intuition, being really connected to what you feel, movement, flowiness, creativity, darkness as well, because the womb is a dark, moist place, like a little cave, right? Where you can go inward and really process all the things that are going on. Nurturing is also a masculine and a feminine trait. And beauty in the round sense. So again, when water flows, there's always a roundness, right? So water is an element of femininity because there's always flow, and there's always softness around the edges. Society values masculinity more. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that achieving, goal setting, pushing through boundaries, going hard, speeding up, doing more, achieving more, being rigid, being calculated, everything on a schedule? Society values this more. This is because we all live, unfortunately, in a patriarchal society. We don't value slowing down. We don't value rest. We don't value intuition. As a mother, if I value my intuition on something that I think is wrong with my child, and I go to the medical system and they tell me there's nothing scientifically wrong with your child, but your intuition knows there is, usually you will be right, but you won't believe that you're right. Because we have been conditioned to believe that the masculine is better than the feminine. This is just an example. This, mother intuition is an example, but this is woven throughout our society, that masculine traits and masculine things are better. And so came the feminism movement in the 60s, which brought women's equality to light, right? But it also, I think, really hurt a lot of women because women then felt obligated, felt this pressure this maybe also desire, in fairness, to become equal to their man counterparts, their male counterparts in the workforce, and in education and all of that. And that is totally valid. I mean, I'm as educated as anybody and maybe more educated than many men. So I'm all for that. However, what we forgot to think about is that we are leaving our feminine traits behind to do that, right? In our society, the feminine traits are not as validated as the masculine traits. So when feminism came through, we actually had to throw away our feminine desires, right? Go on the rat race to keep up with men because we're as good as men. We can earn as much as men. Yeah, we sure can. Actually, do we want to be a man in a woman's body to prove ourselves? That is a really interesting question, in my opinion. Okay? So ask yourself this question. If this is triggering you in any way, you get to write that in the comments and tell me about it, because this is just my opinion, right? It's what I feel. It's what I see in the clients that come through me, through my work. And it's just what I have observed and what I believe. And it doesn't have to match with what you believe either. That's totally fine. Here is the solution. Firstly, if you like this video so far, or if you don't like it, but you appreciate it, hit the thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so that you will get notified every time I release a new video, which is twice a week. So what we get to do is to work to polarize ourselves back to our innate masculine and feminine energy. For women that have been pushing themselves, even mothering is very masculine because you're basically managing a household and you're managing other people. Parenting is very labor intensive. And then also working outside of the home, you're always going and doing, and where is there time for you? Where is there time to slow down and enjoy and really drop into the body and into the femininity? There is hardly any time. So what we need to do in our modern society, where we've strayed so far away from each of our own energies. Many men have strayed away from their masculinity and many women have strayed away from their femininity. Instead, we've kind of come somewhere in the middle and we're kind of this like murky, unattractive, sorry, this is totally my opinion, unattractive, unpolarized version of who we truly are. So unattractive, I don't mean physically, I mean the energy is off. So where does passion come from? It comes from complete polarization of both energies. The masculine, the penetrator, and I don't just mean in sex, okay? I mean, he penetrates with energy. He penetrates the world. He achieves, he goes, he conquers. He's a warrior in his life and in life in general. And the feminine, who is open, a receiver, a supporter, a creator, right? She creates in her womb, she creates the children. But metaphorically, that is also very relevant in creativity, art, movement, beauty. So that polarization has gone away, a lot of it. And what we get to do is we each get to stand further and further and deeper into our own true energy, what we believe we are. The more masculine you are in the world, the more masculine you want your partner to be as a woman. So have you noticed that about yourself? You can put it in the chat if you have, or if this is the first time you've heard it. Or do you enjoy being masculine in the world and in your relationship also leading, also making all the decisions, making more money, basically telling your man what to do all the time? If you enjoy being in the masculine, that's what's going to happen. If you are longing for a man who is more masculine, because you are just longing for that. You may not even know why. It's highly likely that you are very much in your masculine and you crave a man to polarize you back into your feminine, right? That's the most likely scenario. Or you're already perfectly feminine and all you will ever want is a masculine man, right? So most women are longing for a masculine man, but they don't know how to attract that. And the way to attract that, and I won't keep going in this video because it's getting long, but I will talk more about that in another video. The way to attract a high quality masculine man, which is what I talk about in every single thing that I do, is to work on yourself and bring yourself more into the polarity of your femininity. And then what will shift is the men you start attracting. You start attracting stronger men. You start attracting men who are leaders in their life, in their own life, not necessarily world leaders, but leading their life, not looking for you to lead them, not looking for you to pay for them, not looking for you for guidance, but knowing their goal and where they're going very clearly. So if you liked this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you're not already, hit that red button below, because that way you won't miss any new material coming out about this topic or anything to do with attracting and magnetizing the man of your dreams. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.